All right, I'm going to try to put a vast idea into a short form so that it's easy to understand for people. Like, having the experience of these things is why I can explain them and make sense of them. But people would need to really listen and try to understand it to get it. And when I say listen like that, it's not to be rude, it's just so that you really pay attention to what I'm saying. Okay, so now take away the idea that we have presidents, governors, senators, all the above. In other countries, they name them their own things accordingly, their prime ministers and their, rulers, their dictators, whatever. Those things. Say, when we were unconscious, we wanted a bunch of cool stuff. We got a bunch of cool stuff. People started being creative. Everybody had their own stuff. Everybody had all this crazy stuff. It was just all over the place. And we needed to organize it. This guy wanted what this guy could do, and this guy wanted to find a way where he could give it to this guy and make it sensible that he's not going to make one for everybody because he doesn't have that much time in his life to do that. So they're going to find a way where they can have a trade and whatever. So that's where they come up with trade and all that on an economic system where a guy from even farther away can come get it from this guy. They didn't have, shipping and all that kind of stuff that we have now. So take all those things away. If we didn't have a structure of some kind of quote-unquote rulership or leadership, which the leadership is okay, guidance is even better. Rulership is the worst, and we're under rulership because we needed some kind of leadership or some kind of attempted guidance, because you can't have all these things in this magical, wonderful world of people with great ideas without having some kind of regulation on them. And why? Because right now, say if I know this because I've seen it happen. Let's go back and let's overthrow the king. Now there's no ruler. Everything that was is just open, fair game for everyone. Now some people are conscious, and some people are a little more conscious at these times when it was way less conscious in everybody. So some of the people that cared would share, but some of the people who didn't care wouldn't share. And there was no government or law or anything to keep those people under control. So if there was no government, who would keep individuals under control? Well, see, this comes down to the problem. People themselves need to learn how to be under control. So if we didn't have leadership, which our leadership has turned to rulership, and that's why it's not working. If we had leadership or guidance, if our parents or we individuals as the parents, I'm not trying to put anyone down who didn't understand from a less conscious point in time, okay? Like, these people didn't know. They couldn't help what they were doing. They were told by their higher ups and their adults and their teachers and their parents to do what they were doing. And they only did the best they could. Now, people aren't doing the best they can anymore because they gave up on the system. Why? Because it wasn't rulership. It was leadership. Or it wasn't leadership, it was rulership. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to say that backwards, because it was definitely rulership, not leadership. They weren't like, hey, do this, and this will help. This will actually ensure you a better future. These things that you do will help give guidelines towards you bettering yourself and something good for yourself, instead of do this because we say so, and we need to make sure that we provide for everybody because it was too stressful to do it nicely. So now we're just going to make everybody do it because we can't keep you heathens under control, because without some kind of rules or enforcement on those rules, people don't listen. Because at one time we weren't conscious, and now we are, and we can do this. What we need to do is take the time ourselves to learn. So I didn't really break that down enough, but I wanted to make it really short. So if we didn't have presidents, we didn't have rulers, let's go back to the day where we don't have a king. We overthrow the king. Now we have all this technology. We have all these shops, these businesses. They would all close down because there would be no structure to keep them in place logically with money. Because we didn't have money when we had these ideas. Now we had the ideas and set them all up. We had to find a way to make it fair where people can't just come and grab stuff. We had to set up money. So then people wouldn't listen to the rules of money because we really don't have to. And then people would get punished for it, which was unlawful in the first place. Punishing somebody for taking something that wasn't theirs is actually unlawful, because everything is yours in a place where money isn't there. Because money's only there to keep it so that we're not cruel to each other and unfair. But we didn't know that. We were unconscious. Even though we seemed alive and mobile, we were still unconscious. And now that most of us are conscious enough to get what I'm saying, we have to be conscious enough to apply it to ourselves, even though it's difficult. That is an issue. Apply it to yourself, even though it's difficult. Please, because if you don't, the world will crumble, and will listen to people who rule, not lead, and definitely do not guide. What we need is guidance. I am a guide. I will not fault anybody for making a mistake, and I will not punish anybody for doing something wrong. If someone is way out of control, then I will distance myself from them and show them love from afar. And in this point, in this time, in this world, it's not that dangerous to be around anything. People are afraid of nothing. People aren't walking around wielding machetes and machine guns everywhere they go in this world every day. Unless you have yourself in that situation. And if you do, I suggest you remove yourself from it. And that's good guidance. That's not rulership. It's awesome leadership and great guidance. Get yourself away from crap. Once you do that, you're going to have a better life. It's on you. Even if your parents are telling you to do crap, your friends are telling you to do crap. You inside yourself have convinced yourself to keep doing crap for a long time. So now, decide to change it. No more crap. All right? I love you guys. Till next time, peace. And give it a try. Because you deserve to.